Greetings. In 1981, Dominica saw the deadliest year for Rastafarians. On Thursday, February 12, 1981, members of the Special Service Unit killed 2 Dreads during a raid in the Gommier area. Later that day, Leroy Etienne and a group of about 10 Dreads lay in wait for Ted Honeychurch at his bungalow in Girardel. They blamed Honeychurch for the killing of their brethren. He, his wife, a gardener, and a cook were taken hostage and marched off into the forest. In June, Eric Joseph, one of the Dreads involved in the kidnapping of Ted Honeychurch in February, and who was found barely alive after he was abandoned when he fell into a precipice, confessed that he had shot Honeychurch dead the same night he was abducted when he tried to escape. In June as well, the battered and tortured body of a young man, John Rose Lindsay from the village of Mahout, was found under a cliff at Tarot. Lindsay was last seen alive when he was taken into police custody on Saturday, June 13th. In July, Dominica's most wanted man was wounded in the shoulder when police raided a camp at Chateau Heights.
Greetings. Welcome to an introduction on Dread, Rastafari, and Ethiopia, written by author Ras Albert Williams. How does his book compare with other books on the subject? According to Ras Albert, few substantive study and/or field research on Dreadism or Rastafari in Dominica has been carried out. While there are literally hundreds of books written on various aspects of Rastafari and reggae, but none that I have researched deal specifically with the Dread Act or with the Dread Uprising and the rise of the Rastafari movement in Dominica. So how has Ras Albert researched this book? In an effort to make this book authentic rather than a piecemeal attempt to draw on scanty resources here and there, he has researched published material on the subject of the history of Dominica, Dreads of Dominica, etc., which is be referenced on each chapter. Arranged consultations with Rastafarian elders via telephone in Dominica. Acquired from the police authorities' photos, newsletter, and other archives. Obtained copies of Hansards from the Ministry of Legal Affairs or the Dread Act, Controlled Substances Act, and Terrorism Act. Pursued Dominican, Caribbean, and international newspapers for any mention of subject matter or characters named in my book relating to this period. Spoke with former Prime Minister Patrick John, Rastafarians Desmond Trotter, and Eric Joseph, and other persons related to this period. Photographed the people, persons, and articles related to the subject matter of my book. As the title of this book suggests, it documents the development of the Rastafari movement in Dominica from its dramatic inception in the 1970s to the present day. Its author, poet, and author, as a child, was swept up in the waves of Black Power sentiments and inward introspection of the times that was to prepare the backdrop of the formation of Rastafari today. So, get ready to dive into the captivating history of the Rastafari movement in Dominica with Dread, Rastafari, and Ethiopia, the rise of Rastafari in Dominica. Discover the dramatic inception of the Rastafari movement in the 1970s, its development to the present day. Learn about the extensive research and interviews conducted to bring this historical account to life. Uncover epic chapters in Dominica's history, including the passage of the Prohibited and Unlawful Societies and Associations Act 1974 and the historic trial of Black activist Desmond Trotter. Explore the candid and sincere accounts from those whose stories have not been told until now. Mark your calendars for November 19, 2024, when Dread, Rastafari, and Ethiopia will be released. Don't miss this in-depth exposition of the rise of the Rastafari movement in Dominica.